Right then, welcome back to another review video on the channel. This is the second one. The Smallville one did alright. I was quite happy with it, to be honest, but it was very lengthy given the fact that it was a 10-season show. Today we are reviewing Titans, which has run for 2 seasons so far on the DC Universe streaming platform and Netflix, with Season 3 scheduled for premiere in the fall of 2021 on HBO Max. The series follows a version of the comic book Team Titans with a darker edge and older than the teen heroes we know from the animated series. With Batman played by Ian Glenn, he is 58. Brendan Thwaites at 31 portrays Nightwing, and the younger New Titans with our Beast Boy Raven, Jason Todd are all teenagers. We see that previously Dick Grayson had led a younger, more Teen Titans-esque team of sidekicks, including Aqualad, Hawk, Dove, Wonder Girl, and himself as Robin, but they disbanded, we are told, 5 years ago. Now Dick is forming the New Titans team with some old faces, also as the old team comes back together with the new team to form the show's main group of Titans. This video will be my Titans big screen review. Spoiler alert. Season 1's premiere episode, entitled Titans, shows us a teen named Rachel Roth who is struggling with nightmares, and a demonic overtone is cast on this girl from the outset, who comic book fans know to be Raven, and one of the show's leading characters. We see Dick Grayson, a detective in Detroit who was shown as separated from Batman and loose from the Robin mantle.
Fuck Batman.
Two come together and in the police station as Rachel gets herself arrested on purpose because she wants to get away from a street mugger. She then recognizes Dick as the boy from her nightmares, which were about the flying Graysons, and the two begin their journey with Rachel under Dick's wing. Pun intended. In episode 2, we are introduced to Hank and Dawn, former Titans members Hawk and Dove, as Dick and Rachel look for safe shelter. It's clear Hank and Dick have some unresolved baggage, and we find out Dick and Dawn are ex-lovers. In this episode, we see the season's first half antagonists, the Nuclear Family, who attacked the group in their successful pursuit of Rachel, who was later saved by a girl named Corey, known to comic book fans as Starfire. Episode 3 sees Dawn fall into a coma at the hands of a fight with the Nuclear Family. We then don't see much of her and Hank until episode 9. In episode 3 we then go on to see Dick and Corey get together, and we get a small glimpse of their short relationship from the comics and animated series. We are also introduced to Gar Logan, aka Beast Boy, who is befriended by Rachel. Rachel and Dick's relationship thickens through their similarities as orphans, as we know Rachel's real mother is in a mental institution. Episode 4 is one of the season's standout episodes, entitled Doom Patrol, which introduces the team who'd eventually get their own show. Gar takes Rachel to meet his quote-unquote family, who are, of course, the Doom Patrol. We are introduced to Robot Man, Negative Man, Elastigirl, and the Chief. Rachel is welcomed to dinner, and it serves as a very good introduction to the group, and is a stellar episode to bring them into continuity, and ends with Gar joining the Titans. Episode 5 sees the new group of Rachel, Gar, Dick and Corey come together as they show each other their powers, and the group find out Dick is in fact Robin. This acts as the forming of the Titans as they take down the Nuclear Family. Then episode 6 introduces us to my second favourite comic book character in history, Jason Todd, who has a brotherly dynamic with Dick as he is introduced as the new and improved Robin. For me, this is the perfect Jason, played by Curran Walters, as he is one of my favourite characters ever in the comics as Red Hood, and for me, it's a great introduction with even better things set up for the character. Episode 7 sees the Titans save Rachel's birth mother from the organisation, and sees Dick burn the Robin suit, cutting off all ties to his previous
Fuck Batman.
mantle. In episode 8, the Titans disband and Dick goes to an old friend, Donna Troy, known to comic book fans as Wonder Girl. Episode 9 gives an in-depth look into Hank and Dawn's past and struggles, giving them a full origin story. And then in episode 10, Corey gets her memories back and finds out she is an alien and remembers that her purpose on Earth was to bring down Rachel Roth. Season 1's finale shows the fallout of Rachel's father, Trigon, as he is released onto Earth at the end of episode 10 in a bid for Rachel to save Gar Logan's life. Rather than take him on, the finale shows Trigon controlling Dick's mind as we see him envision a world with a psychotic Batman who is killing off his rogues one by one through the Riddler, Mr. Freeze, many innocents, and eventually to tip it over the top, he kills the Joker. In the end, Dick gives into his dark side, killing Batman in his vision and thus allowing Trigon to take over his mind. Overall, for me, Season 1 was good in setting up characters and had a good base plot with some stellar performances. I didn't personally like the cliffhanger ending, however I did love the finale, so I'd have liked to see probably an episode 12 deal with Trigon instead of it being at Season 2's premiere, although I understood the logistics of the cliffhanger. For me, episode 4 and episode 11, entitled Doom Patrol and Dick Grayson respectively, were the best of the season. My favourite character had to be Dick, but I did really enjoy Jason Todd, more so in Season 2, but for Season 1 it's Dick Grayson. Overall, it's probably a 7 out of 10 for me. Enjoyable with good setup, but still flawed in areas, so it was really all to play for upon Season 2's 2019 release. Season 2 then began with what was really just the finale of Season 1, as Trigon had possessed all the Titans except Rachel and Gar, showing them their darkest side and in turn allowing him to take over their minds. Then, due to an inspirational speech by Beast Boy, Rachel gets her motivation to take on her father inside of Dick's mind and brings his light side back to the surface and overcomes the hold of Trigon, paying off the brotherly dynamic between Rachel and Dick as she feels like she needs him to take down her father. Which then of course results in Rachel taking on her father in his full Trigon CGI form. In my opinion, it was a lackluster battle as she seemed to defeat him with a lot of ease despite him being practically the god of hell. However, I understood this due to the CGI costs, the budget of the TV show, and the effort and time it would take for a full-blown fight scene. Nonetheless, they then finally go to the Titan Tower, and Dick forms the new group without the old Titans for now, as the group of Dick, Jason, Rachel, Gar and Corey move into the tower full-time. Episode 2 time jumps 3 months forwards. All the new Titans are training hard in the tower, with the rest of the heroes seemingly moving on to the next stage of their lives, namely Hank and Dawn, who we see retreating to their own farmlands. We also meet a young girl on the run with insane combat skills, who Dick takes in to keep safe as he has a real damsel in distress complex. We learn this girl is Rose Wilson, known to comic book fans as Ravager, daughter of Deathstroke. Episode 3 focuses on the return of an adversary of the original Titans in Dr. Light, which causes the old Titans to come back together in the episode entitled Ghosts. Then, in episode 4, we get a full flashback episode to the Titans' history with Deathstroke, and we see what happened to the late Aqualad, who was a former Titan killed by the season's main antagonist, Deathstroke of course. For me, this was a standout episode due to its quality and production. The script really worked in all aspects, and most of all, comic book Easter eggs for the episode as a whole were stellar. Episode 5 is entitled Deathstroke and is one of my favourite episodes of the series, as it follows the team's attempt to save Jason, who had been captured by Deathstroke in the climax of episode 3, and holy shit, they really went hard making you feel like they'd killed Jason Todd. Red Hood theories blew up following episode 5, and Deathstroke dropping Jason from a skyscraper as he fell out of Dick's hand, following him failing to make the save of his little brother type friend. This really added depth to the eventual evolution of Jason Todd into Deathstroke and Dick Grayson's character. Then, in episode 6, it follows the Easter egg from Season 1's post-credits scene, as we see Connor, aka Superboy, and Crypto, the Superdog, following their escape from Cadmus Labs, as we get a lot of Lex Luthor and Superman Easter eggs throughout. This sets up the villainous Cadmus Labs for the remainder of the season. Then at the end of episode 6, we see that Superboy actually caught Jason and saved him from the free fall on top of the skyscraper, leaving an emotional scar from the terrible events for Jason's character, setting his premise for the season's back half. Episode 7 is tense as they deal with the pending threat of Deathstroke, dealing with Superboy and everything in between. The episode mainly follows Dick's pursuit of Deathstroke, and the title of Bruce Wayne is prevalent as he is shown a figment of Dick's imagination, following him through the whole episodes with a great performance by Ian Glenn. We also see Rose attempts to help Jason get past the emotional turmoil caused by her father Deathstroke. Episode 9 shows Dick finally admit his wrongdoings to the team as he unveils that he is the cause of Deathstroke's son's death, Jericho, and tells them about all of his lies, leading to the whole team disbanding and going their separate ways again, except for Gar Logan, who stays in the tower to look after the still comatose Superboy. In episode 9, entitled Atonement, Dick attacks 2 police officers in order to force a prison sentence to atone for his sins. Then episode 10 shows the fallout of all of these events, diving deeper into the relationship between Rose and Jason, which by the way was a season-long love arc in which I really did enjoy, dealing with Dick in prison, and Hank and Dawn moving past Hawk and Dove, while Gar has to deal with a now woken Superboy and being captured at the end by Cadmus Labs. Cadmus then begins to weaponize Gar and Connor in episode 11, with Dick still in prison, battling his subconscious in the form of Bruce Wayne, and all the Titans are still disbanded. Just a quick one, the form of Bruce Wayne being Dick's conscious that he has to battle with was a brilliant plotline for Ian Glenn, steering clear of making him the full-blown Batman, even though we know he is. It really did offer something between that dynamic and relationship with Dick and Bruce. Then in episode 12, Rachel uses her powers to create a fake Bruce Wayne, shown visibly as fake as Batman does not wear white, to bring the Titans back together. Dick escaped from prison and is in the market for a new suit. Hawk is at an all-time low, cage fighting and relapsing into his drug addiction. And then Rose and Jason's love arc develops, which for me added to the characters well and was a good storyline, as I've mentioned. However, it then broke off as Rose admits of her wrongdoing initially, as it is shown she has been a mole for Deathstroke this whole time. The finale of Season 2 was suitably entitled Nightwing, as the team reassembles under Dick Grayson without Jason, but with a new member in Rose, who now becomes Ravager. The team take down Deathstroke as Rose kills him. Then, as we knew from episode 11, the still-alive Jericho escapes from Deathstroke's mind, using his powers to share a mind space with his sister Rose. The full Titans team, old and new combined, then save Superboy and Beast Boy from Cadmus's hold with an assist from Batman. Following this, however, Donna Troy meets her demise as she is killed by electrocution, as she saves civilians and Dawn from a falling tower. The team then hand over Donna to Themyscira as Rachel goes to try and bring her back using her newfound powers, tying into the rumoured Season 3 plot of her returning as Troya. Then Jason pays his respects from a distance, locking eyes with Dick and riding away, showing he is now fully broken off from the Teen Titans and planting the seeds for the Red Hood, who is now confirmed for Season 3. The episode ends with the newly fully fledged Titans team of Hawk and Dove, now romantically separate, Dick Grayson, who is now Nightwing, Ravager, Gar as Beast Boy, Superboy and Starfire, with Jason gone, Donna dead, and Rachel in Themyscira as a result of the finale's events. Then the credit scene shows Season 3's big bad, Blackfire, sister of Starfire, come to Earth. All in all, Season 2 was unreal for me, and the finale was fantastic. I think leaving the evolution of Nightwing till Season 2 was the right call through the cancellation of Season 1's initial filmed finale. Season 3 has confirmations of Red Hood, Barbara Gordon, Scarecrow, Tim Drake, and also rumours of the Joker as the Titans head to Gotham, planting the seeds for their seemingly huge season to come, which has me very excited. In conclusion though, for me Season 2 was better and gets a big 9 out of 10, giving Titans overall 16 out of 10, aka 16 out of 20, aka 8 out of 10, with a lot riding on Season 3, which is packed with potential, especially for me as I love Red Hood, who is my second favourite DC character behind the Flash. So there you have it. Despite its faults, its critics, and everything in between, I loved both seasons of Titans and the show as a whole. My favourite character by far is Jason Todd, but also, due to Curran Walter's amazing portrayal in my opinion, I started to like him a lot as Robin as well as the Red Hood to come. I also loved S.I. Morales' portrayal of Deathstroke, and just to be honest, love the show as a whole. Finally though, it gets a B from me, with a lot of hype and potential lying in its Season 3 to come at the end of 2021. For now though, until that does drop, that is all, and I will catch you later. My next review video will be on Wandavision, but that's it for today. Goodbye.